The Kingdom Hearts series has been around for a heck of a lot of time and has come a long way since its inception in a chance meeting in a lift with a Disney and Square Enix rep to become one of the most popular RPG series about. The series has seen a fair bit of representation on the Nintendo platforms with 4 different spin-off games. But now, after nearly 2 years since the landmark release of Kingdom Hearts 3, we're finally getting the series' first ever title on the Switch with yet another spin-off. This time it's a rhythm action title from the team behind the brilliant Rhythm Final Fantasy series, so let's see if it was worth the wait. First up, let's talk about the story. Yes, the game has a story, and it's official and classed as canon to the series. So obviously fans of the series who follow the tales and the storylines since day one, this is a must-buy without any other details. Melody and Memory follows the series' mainstay Kairi as she recaps all the events from all the games in the series. For me, I'm a fan of the series, but I don't have much interest in the plot. This game's story didn't really do nothing for me. The story here is so damn small, and with all the cutscenes compiled together, there's probably just over about 30 to 40 minutes worth of story here. With that out of the way, it's time to talk about the gameplay, and as I said before, it's a rhythm game. The main gist of the gameplay is that a team of 3 characters run down a highway and they're bombarded with enemies and items popping up all over the place. Attacking an enemy is classed as a note. There's a circle closing in on the enemy, and the closer the circle is to the enemy, the better the score. The 3 characters constantly run down the highway, so you only really have to worry about the enemies and obstacles in your way. There's a few things to spice up the gameplay, as some enemies are high and throw projectiles, so you have to jump and attack them. There's also magic which can be used, as well as these small sections where you have to fly and collect notes that are in the air. These stages are called battle stages, and they make up the majority of the game's 100 plus soundtrack, but there's a few other type of stages available. We also have these boss battle stages, which feel very similar to the battle stages, but the notes are coming in from the side, and there's a battle playing out in the background. And finally, we have these levels where an FMV plays out in the background, whilst your team flies around the stage hitting notes. All these stages follow the same sort of gameplay style, and for the most part it really does work well. There's some music that really works well in the rhythm game, while some of the slower tracks like Twilight Town do kind of feel a bit odd to play, as there's not many audio cues like the other tracks do have. That being said, the game is still a complete blast to play and a very competent rhythm game. The game's main amount of content is held within its story mode, and this sees you travelling through many different iconic locations from all the games. These vary from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 to side games like 358 Days Over 2 and Recoded. There's certainly a great amount of representation here from the titles lesser known, though that being said there's a few noticeable omissions such as Pirates of the Caribbean, Tarzan, and not many tracks from Kingdom Hearts 3. To fully complete and see all the tracks, you're talking about a good 10 to 15 hours to finish the mainline game, which is pretty impressive for the rhythm game. We also have a few bonus things to unlock, like items and artwork, as well as hidden songs to nab, as well as the ability to replay all the unlocked tracks you have in order you want. Each track has 3 different difficulty modes, and for each mode they do gradually increase in difficulty, though the jump from medium to hard is quite a hefty jump. The game also has multiplayer modes, which is a nice inclusion. There's multiplayer in both online and local flavours, which is great. There's a decent amount of modes on offer. We have your typical score chasing stuff, but we also have interesting co-op modes where 2 players have to work together to complete stages. As for the game's presentation, before launch I was a bit worried that the game might struggle a bit on Nintendo's hybrid machine, but happily the game runs flawlessly on the Switch with no issues whatsoever. The character models are incredibly well detailed, looking like they've been modelled from the Kingdom Hearts PS3 remasters, and the frame rate is rock solid. Whether you're playing in portable play or docked, you're still getting the same great gameplay without any cutbacks. It's a rather impressive port indeed. On to the soundtrack now, and I don't need to beat around the bush here, as the soundtrack is utterly fantastic, with well over 100 tracks from the series' near 20-year history. Most of the game's well-known tracks are here. There are a few classic Disney tunes as well, but as I said before, there's a few noticeable omissions, such as a lack of any pirate tracks, which is a huge shame considering how awesome the main theme of Pirates of the Caribbean is. Highly likely DLC will rectify this, but rest assured the soundtrack here, what you get, is brilliant. Conclusion time now, and Kingdom Hearts Melody and Memory is a very enjoyable spin off and a mighty fine rhythm action title, featuring well over 100 tracks from the series' many different entries, and some of them are incredibly catchy and iconic. The rhythm action gameplay here feels great, tapping to the time of the beat really does capture the charm of Kingdom Hearts to a T. It's not without its issues, as there's a few noticeable song omissions. The Kingdom Hearts 3 representation is a bit so-so, and I do think the £50 price tag is a bit too high. But as soon as the game hits the sales, it's well worth a pickup, especially for the fans. So with that, I'm giving Kingdom Hearts Melody and Memory a 7.5 out of 10 with the title of good. As always, thank you for watching my review. Like, rate and subscribe. And until next time, happy gaming. Bye.